everybody, E.P. Baggett. I'm the author of 3 novels. I'll put the links in the descriptions below. I'm making this video today to talk about Minotaurs. I'll tell you the Roman and Greek, and then I'll tell you mine. I'm also going to put in this video about Satyrs and Fauns. So, the basic idea of a Minotaur is a man with a bull's head. To me, that means just a man with a bull's head. So, what I've written in my stories are Minotaurs that are average height of 6.5, 7 feet tall. And they're covered in fur. And they have a tail. So basically, they look like a bull, but just in the form of a man. They run in herds instead of clans. And the one who is usually in charge is the female noble. Now, I talk about it in my books, a certain group. It's like an ability only given to a bull here and a bull there. It's an ability that you can consider berserker. It makes them blood hungry. In the common language in my story, they're called Glenmoths and Holden by lesser elf language. By their common language, they're considered blood seekers, is what they're called. So these blood seekers, they're chosen at birth, and they're tested to see if they have this gene of being a berserker. So what they do is they take them and they start training them how to use weapons, how to use the bow, how to use the sword, how to use the axe. And majority of the Minotaurs, they like using the two-handed axe and the broadsword. So that's their choice of weapon. So they take these bloodseekers, Holden, and they train them from birth. Not literally from birth, but I mean they train them from young age up. And when their horns are fully grown, to, I guess you could say, integrate them as an initiation, they tell them to cut their own horn off. So this is to test their will and their endurance, if they can actually take the pain. And it also awakens the berserker in their blood. So when they start cutting the horn off, they have to go all the way through it. They have to work through it to actually open up that berserker in them. So that's the berserker. That's the Minotaurs. Now the Satyrs, there's 2 different mythological descriptions of them. The Greek, it's a man with horse's ears and tail. Now the Roman is a goat with the goat legs and horns and so forth. And the faun is a goat for both Roman and Greek. So, and the difference that's in my book is the fauns are the ones that are fully goat, but they look like a goat completely. And the satyrs in mine, they have the legs of a goat, but the upper part is, somewhat hairy, not really. And they also run in herds. Now the satyrs, they're warlike, and they're always hiring out their swords. They have a bunch of warriors that are sellswords, and they don't like humans as well as the Minotaurs. The Satyrs, they are more in tune with the Minotaurs than the Fauns. So the Satyrs, they will sell themselves to join their armies and be auxiliaries within the Minotaur armies, and they would be guards that do anything. It's pretty much they're really strong allies with Minotaurs. Now the Fauns, they're more accepting of humans, but they still have a disdain against humans and elves. So they do a lot of trade, but that's as far as a lot of them do. They just do a trade. They don't do anything else with them. When it comes to the Minotaurs and the Satyrs, they have a lot of times a disagreement about how they go about running their business, running their lives. So sometimes there's usually a little conflict here and there between the herds, between the Fauns and the Satyrs. They'll fight each other once in a while. But most of the time, if there was an all-out war, the Fauns will side with the Satyrs and Minotaurs. It's very seldom they would side up with humans and elves, or even dwarves for that matter. When it comes to other races, the Minotaurs, they real choosy, and they hardly pick other people to do allies. They usually like to fight alone. They don't like goblins. They don't like orcs. They don't like dwarves. They're very isolationist. They like to stay amongst themselves. And if anyone actually enters into their territory, it's usually a bad thing for the people who enter their territory. They're very territorial. But then there's also random circumstances where they actually did ally themselves with humans, but it was very short, and the alliance was very shaky. It didn't last very long. Same with elves. The elves, they have a really bad hostility towards the elves, because in their history, the elves forced the Minotaurs from their land and took their land. And so the Minotaurs hold grudges, and it goes from generation to generation, so it's passed on. But that's an overview of what they are and how they are. There's the map behind me. Majority of the time, where you'll find Minotaurs will be in the mountainous regions of your area of the map. So they usually, be around the equator area, or where there's lots of forest, thick forest. They like to be in those areas. I have a close-up map of this little section that I drew. So, and then I also have a rendering of what Bloodseeker would look like. So typically, they just have a loincloth, or they'll have leg armor cover this area, and of course the leather or plate, breastplate. And then also, after they become initiated, they wear a face mask that actually covers their entire face. Yeah. And on their manes, which is the hair that grows off of the head, they usually braid it before they go into battle, and they put little tiny blades off at the end so they can whip you with it, in a sense. But this is just an overview of what I've written Minotaurs into my story and how I describe them. So, if you like this video, please subscribe, like, share. I'll also put links into the description to where my books and my social media sites are at. If you have any questions about my world, or any suggestions, any ideas you have of your own that you think I should incorporate, or you want to share, make a comment, let me know. Thank you for watching, guys, and read often.